Hello everyone and welcome back to Shanahan Militaria. In today's video it is a bit of a tips video. I have been approached or I've been asked through the email that is at the top of the video description as always for the email for the channel in relation to, John, what items should I get if I want to start reenacting Op Banner, if I want to start reenacting somebody from the Falklands, or even I've had people saying that they were going to go airsofting and things like that. What should they get because they want to portray it as best as they possibly can. So I've picked out a few items we'll say to make up a soldier going from webbing to uniform to boots and things like that, that I believe it would help you, the individual, to put together a uniform or a loadout or an impression or something like that. The uniforms and the items that I have picked hopefully covers a multitude of the time period from the 60s all the way up until the mid 80s. You will see this uniform, and even beyond that you will see the uniform being used. Other aspects will have to be changed, but in general the uniform is, you do see it. So we'll start at the top. So depending on what you want to do, let's put you down there because you're a bit top heavy when you have nothing. Depending on what you want to do, reenacting or airsofting, this is one option. If you wanted to go airsofting or reenacting, you need to, we're going to start at the top obviously and work down. You're going to need a helmet. The helmet I believe would be the better option for reenacting. For airsofting maybe not so much because you'll be running around with it. It is the Mark IV helmet that you will need to get. So that's one option. So I'm just going to put this aside and I will go for option 2 of the headdress. Option 2 of the headdress is something like this, a beret. Now when you're talking about berets you're going into regiments and things like that. Some guys don't like the fact that you will be wearing the regimental beret. Not so much at reenactments and stuff like that, you'd probably get away with it, but at the likes of airsoft and things like that, you could put people's noses out of joints and things like that. If you are going to get a beret, my recommendation would be to get a disbanded regiment. Now this is the Royal Green Jackets. Thankfully I've had some people get into contact with me that were Royal Green Jackets. I do try and respect all regimental history and regimental practice and things like that. So this would be the other option I would say if you're going into reenacting or airsofting, and it would be the latter I would choose. If you had a grandfather or a cousin or an uncle or something that served in a regiment, that's fine, but as I said, it can be an issue when it comes to wearing regimental headdress. So that's pretty much the head covered. So what we're going to do then is I'm going to change the camera view and I'm going to point it at the floor so I can cover webbing, jackets, shirts, things like that. So now that we're on the floor, we're looking at stuff on the floor. This is pretty much the outer garment, or the next item that you will need. It is a 58 pattern webbing set. So it consists of a yoke. Now I have this done up with the poncho roll on top because I was doing this for another video. Normally the poncho roll is worn on the bottom, but the specific regiment or group that I was using, the poncho roll, they carried it on top. So you will need to do a bit of research, like things like that. So sorry, starting off again, you'll need the yoke, you need the belt, 58 standard 58 pattern. You'll need the poncho roll, you need an ammo pouch left and right, kidney pouches and a water bottle pouch. Now this was, it's ideal for the Falklands, it's ideal for the 60s, it's ideal for Op Banner, that you can strip down the weapon as well according to what you need. So they still are easy to get. They're still easy to pick up bits and pieces on eBay at shows and stuff like that. So that's why I got this. Try and get the full set because then you can strip it down and put more stuff on it according to you need it. So that is the webbing covered. So now we have, we're looking at the shirts, so we're going to start on the inside and work out. So you have the KF shirt, I believe they called it. I'm not sure what it was KF stood for, but the nickname on these were Hairy Marys because it's made of like a wool and it's slightly itchy. So as I said, this would have been late 60s, 70s and early 80s. They would have different variants of it. So as I said again, this is to show people what items that I believe they could get a multitude of time out of and a lot of focus out of. So we have the shirt. So the next item we have here is the woolly pulley jumper. Obviously to be worn over the shirt and under the jacket. These are easy to come by on eBay, shows, even military surplus stores. They're very, very easy to come by. Just a simple wool jumper, woolly pulley jumper as they're known as. Again, late 60s, 70s, 80s, even up onto the 90s you see this style of jumper. Sorry, I just banged the camera. There were other variants of it. But just get something plain, something simple, for a multitude of time zones or time frames. So the next item now that we have here on the floor, we have the 68 pattern battle dress jacket. This is how you can tell the 68 pattern. It doesn't have the, now this has a rank marking on it, but it doesn't have the pocket on the shoulder for the field dressing, but it does have the pocket for the notebook and the biros. The pockets are flat, they're not bellowed, which you will see on the 84 pattern. Soldier 95 is easy to tell because the buttons are bigger. So this jacket you will see all the way up until nearly the late 80s, early 90s. They were in surplus. Soldiers would buy them themselves to have on the field, on exercises and things like that, to keep their good items in check and their good uniforms. Obviously good that they could use these and destroy them. So there we have the jacket, the 68 pattern jacket. So now we're on the pants, obviously. 68 pattern pants again, green lining on the inside. Field dressing pouch or pocket is actually on the groin of these pantses. Pockets are not bellowed again, they're flat pockets. So you have two pockets on either leg, and then at the back, I'll just show you. Now I don't know if this one has been tailored, but you have just a flat little pocket there, a wallet pocket shall we say. So nice simple item as well. Also easy enough to come by still at the moment. Sizes are starting to get a bit difficult if you're of the bigger persuasion shall we say, but in general these are still around the place. This is a little trick I'll show you to take in the waist of it. Is you overlap the buttons and it brings in the waist a small bit. So little army trick for you. So another option to have for pants is the lightweights. Still readily available to find on eBay and other sites like that, although the sizes are starting to get a bit harder to find. You will find them with a pocket on the left hand side or without the pocket. It is completely up to you which you want to wear. So that is another version of the trousers that you can pick. So there you go, there's a few options that I believe will give you a good impression of a British soldier during Op Banner or even the Falklands or the Soldier of the Rhine, from the mid 60s all the way, or late 60s all the way up until the late 80s. These 98 pattern, or sorry, the 68 pattern combat uniform was worn surplus all the way up until the 80s. You see soldiers still wearing it. As I said, it was a surplus item at that stage. They would get it to keep their good uniforms in good nick, and they would wear surplus items in the field. So if you like what we provide here at Shanahan Militaria, please like, please subscribe, please tune in for the next video, and don't forget to hit the notification button. If you'd like to get in contact with the channel, the email for the channel will be always at the top of the video description. Thank you.